Okay, here we go. Teed it up. We like to get them right before game day. Luc Mullinder, our football analyst on the broadcast crew. I talked to Sharky yesterday. This is a good time to have a pool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. However, you also, I will say, this is a first world problem. You also need shade, right?
Okay. Yep.
And like I'm starting to become the guy who's like, oh man, it's awesome. We got a pool on. Oh man, we don't have enough shade. So yeah, there's a balance.
Trees then, or are you buying lots of umbrellas?
You know what? I'm actually cut one of them's dying, so we're gonna get rid of one of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of one of them, and then I'm gonna put some more shade up. So, because you get the fellas coming over too, right? And they're all big dudes, and all they're the first thing they do is complain. They don't get in the water; they complain about the lack of shade. So
Yeah, no, and I said to Sharky, I said, I don't know, sports cage fans, what's the bet? What would be the line? Do I get invited to Sharky's pool first or Luke's pool?
I told you.
I think it was overwhelming that Sharky's, because you probably private, gated community, probably need a code and all that to get into yours.
Oh yeah. You're not getting into mine just easily. You're not just walking in. This is not Massey Pool. You're not just walking through the gate over here. But you got an open invite, man. I've told you before. Come do an episode here.
Okay.
You're gonna have to put up with the dog, but my son, he'll help you out. He'll be bringing you drinks and stuff. So we're good hosts.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of weather, let's go there then. It's supposed to be like, mid 30 something with the Humidex, high 30 down in that bowl. As a guy that's played, Luke, will weather be a factor with the heat like that? Where will it be a factor? Cramps?
I mean, yeah, you're going to see the wide receivers and DBs. They're so soft. They're going to cramp up, right? But the problem is for the big fellas. Your old linemen. The strength of the team, the strength of your offense, the offensive line, you got to take care of those guys. Those guys need cold towels. Those guys need fans, because the big guys, they don't do well in the heat. They'll play all day in the cold. Yeah. We'll play all day in the cold in the trenches. But when it's 30, 35, you got to, again, I've told you guys how glorious one of those ice towels is when you put it on and it's hooded up. There's no better feeling. And but you need those at the ready. Those need to be ready, and they need to be accessible. And it's also one of those deals where if you see the Hoggies coming after a drive, like, get off the bench. You know what I mean? They're going straight to the bench. They don't want the guys. Yeah. They need their room. You give them their room, because hey, it's those 35-degree games. It's not easy on the big boys.
Yeah. Okay. Jake Dolegala surprised me. I still think we're going to see a lot of Trey Ford. What do you think when Hamilton comes out with that name as their starter?
Yeah, it didn't surprise me at all. Hamilton wants to throw the ball. They want to get the ball downfield. They got guys like Kenny Lawler. They got that one of the best Canadian receivers. His name escapes me right now, but like they don't want to rely on the RPO the whole game. And that's no disrespect to Trey Ford. I don't mean it like that. But again, he limits you in terms of what you can do. I think that Jake Dolegala is the exact guy that they want, but he's also a guy that I think if you mix up the coverages in front of him, if you show him one thing, do another thing, I think that he'll turn the ball over. So, but I think Scott Milanovic would take that risk rather than change the whole offensive scheme because your quarterback isn't a pocket guy. So, didn't surprise me at all.
But there's got to be some packages, though, Luke, right, where they're ready to put in Trey just with the success he's had against the Riders and the different look he gives.
I mean, we always say that when we get an athletic quarterback, what's the package going to be? What's like, listen, Montreal, when we were playing Montreal in the early 2000s, 2010s, they had one of the best athletes in Adrian McPherson, right? And right behind Anthony Calvillo. And, they had Adrian McPherson packages. You don't roll those out, though, right? Like, I think that there's going to be a change of pace required at some point. Trey will probably get in there because he's super athletic. I mean, he's a great athlete. It's just, I think that Hamilton, they want to get downfield with the football, and they're going to need to, especially if they get behind, right? If they get behind to the Saskatchewan Roughriders, that's going to increase their need to get downfield with the football, and you're not going to get downfield. And again, if I'm a Saskatchewan's defense, it's not like you're going to be surprised with Trey Ford's skill set, right? Hey, look, if he does get outside the pocket, just make sure you're aware where the receivers are. They're going to adjust. They're going to try to flow to him. Don't let anybody behind you because he can get that ball at all sorts of weird angles. He can get it out and down the field, right? Like, you just got to understand what you're dealing with.
Speaking of packages, Tommy Stevens, we see it in Ottawa. Now, we've seen it in bits and pieces, but Luke, I'm watching that and I'm like, I think this is something they've been practicing. They've wanted to use it. Now they got some live reps with it. Now let's maybe shelf it for when we need it down the road. Like, I don't think that's something we might see often. It was nice to see. They got live reps at it. Now we can kind of put it away. That's just maybe how I felt with it.
Yeah, no, I think every team knows that there's like a Tommy Stevens package for the Saskatchewan Roughriders offense. And we've seen the way they ran it in Ottawa. We've seen them do that before with Tommy Stevens. It hasn't been a ton, but I remember last year they did it. I think it was once or twice very early on in the season, probably first half of the season. Again, you love watching the guy play, right? He's everything that you want a football player to be. He's tough. He plays hard. The guys love him, right? And he just, you can tell how much he loves football. And so whenever he's out there, he's a joy to watch. But right now, his role isn't about the Tommy package. His role is continuing to be almost guaranteed when it comes to third and second and short. And I think that that's somewhere where I'd love to see Tommy, not the Tommy package necessarily, but if it's second and one, you got to remember, and this might happen in a big game, second and one is an opportunity to try something new. Because you're going to go, with Tommy Stevens, you're going to go for it on third and one too. So, do we get a look where we can isolate a wide receiver on a safety one-on-one, right? Do we let him throw the ball? Like, there's the nice part about Tommy Stevens is there's multiple things that make sense to do, but it's going to always because the other sideline's going to know what he's capable of, and the more you have to prepare for in practice, the harder it is to just sort of dedicate to getting in and looking at the details, right? So I love him, man. He's obviously one of Saskatchewan Roughriders' favorite players right now in terms of Rider Nation, and the more we see of him, the better.
Former player-wise, and I'm sure you were in a few, maybe you can give us an example of one that you were in, but not everybody, most people were calling it an ugly win. They started slow, it's kind of sloppy, you get the win in Ottawa and get back home. Do you feel that, as a player, that ugly win term, and a win is a win, obviously, and do you remember any times that you guys maybe won an ugly one, Luke?
No, I think I wouldn't. As a player, you don't coin them ugly wins, right? You come out of the dressing room and you're like, man, we got to do this better. You got to do this better. But the win's a win. You're right, Barney, right? And I think that when it comes to like ugly wins, you just gotta figure out where you could have been better, in any certain situation on the field. But a win's a win. And you're never going to apologize for it. There's no asterisks above a win, right? Like, it's a win. And that's the point of the game. And the Riders came out 1-0 last week to a team that is trying to find their footing. And again, those are the teams. You don't want them to find their footing against you, right, Barney? Otherwise, you're the laughing stock of the league. It's that old adage, right? I shoot you, I'm brainless. You shoot me, you're famous, right? Like, yeah, you got to.
That's almost a Scott Schultz-ish kind of line.
Oh, no, nobody's got the lines like Schulte, man. It's all part of it. That's what he would say. It's all part of it. Yeah.
So good. Matthew Sexton, are you jumping up and down in the booth when he's running that one back? You excited?
No, you know what? It's weird. This is going to be weird to say, but it didn't surprise me at all. I think that I really liked him in camp. I thought that he was going to be a guy that was going to contribute at some point. So when he broke that off, right, and Luca Conji had apparently stolen the kicker's uniform and gone out there on the field and tried to tackle, when he got that touchdown, I was like, yeah, this is him. Like, that's a guy that we kind of saw and knew what was there, and it's really nice. I mean, it's the same thing for Weeb the week before, right? Is you see Daniel Weeb go out and catch a touchdown, and you're kind of like, Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's been doing that all camp. So it's nice to see a guy like Sexton get his opportunity. That's the best thing about it, right? Is like that's as a, you always ask me the former player feeling, right? That's what a former player can really relate to, is getting put in the game for the first time and making a play,
Mm.
right? So that was really cool to see. But yeah, with Sexton, it was just like, because I don't know, I expected it. It didn't surprise me at all. I think that's just him. I think he's going to do it again.
I remember you were at the Red Zone in Saskatoon. I remember you being high on him. We conversed about
Yeah.
it. You talked about him, and I think when he was running it back, I think I said to the boys, and I said, "That's Luc's guy, right there." Defensively, who did you like in Ottawa? Is it Jackson Ford? He had a game, right? Who did you like?
Jackson Ford is just one of those guys that when he's out there, he's around the football, and you love him because he plays with such great effort. Right, he's like the Tommy Stevens of the defense. He plays with such great effort. You can tell he loves to be out there, and he makes plays. Right, I love. You know what I really love about him is his physicality. Like, there's one guy who's not shying away from contact. Right, and let's be honest, it's tough to find secondary guys who really love and embrace contact. But I just love the way he plays. I think that. It's been nice. I think Nelson Lacombo still is a great safety for this team. The nice thing about Lacombo is that he can play in other spots. I mean, even down as a linebacker, but so can Jackson Ford. I think that you got to always remember this team won a Grey Cup last year in 2025, and I've always said you win because you got the best Canadians. And I think that the combination of Nelson Lacombo and Jackson Ford back there gives them multiple. They're a multi-capacity defense, I should say, because with both guys, those guys can play different spots. But it's awesome to see him playing well. And you know what you can tell? You can tell this year his IQ is sticking out on film now. He's a lot faster to react to certain things, and it's not easy to distract his eyes. Some of those young guys, right, like especially the safeties, all you got to do is kind of run someone down across them, and some of those young guys just it's like flies on crap, right? They just glue to it, and then they get hit over the top. With Jackson Ford, I mean, he understands where he is in the defensive scheme these days, and you can tell he's really comfortable in everything that he's doing. And the light bulbs came on, as it should in this year of his career. So it's been great to see him play, and I think that he's gonna continue to provide massive value for the Riders, and probably in a couple spots this year.
Give us one of your keys to the game, or what were we calling them? A kind of a sneaky tease key for this one.
Oh yeah, you want to? Yeah, it's like key 4, but we don't talk about it a lot.
Bus driver 2 key maybe is what we talked about.
Yeah. The second bus driver when the bridge is closed key. Let's see. I think that with Hamilton, obviously, such a big part of their game is going to be trying to get the ball to their playmakers, right? The Canadian kid, Keandre Smith. That's it. I'm sorry, Keandre Smith, because you're a baller. I should know your name. That's my bad. But you got Keandre Smith and you've got Kenny Lawler. When you've got a live arm quarterback, Jake Dolegala can wing it. I don't care how windy it is on Sunday. That guy can make every single throw. It was one of the most impressive things I thought about him when he was in the Ryder Green. Is like, man, this guy's got a rope. By the way, Barney, if me and you got him on the golf course, that guy's a long drive candidate. Like, winner. Like, he can hit a golf ball too.
Those tall guys, man, that they get so much speed.
I'll tell you what, man. So he's a live arm guy, and they know that offense is going to need a spark. They're going to be looking for Keandre. They're going to be looking for Kenny. So I think that key number 4 that we're not going to mention that bus driver 2 is going to take from us is just understand where they want to get with the ball and understand where those guys are on the field at all times. And Kenny Lawler, you just don't want the big play. Let Hamilton, right, and that's with every defense, right? Give them the underneath stuff, right?
Yeah.
Keep them at the 4 or 5 yard gains. Just don't let them bust out the big plays.
Nickel and dime us, and see if you can get in. Yeah, Dolegala 6'7", so he could probably hit the golf ball a long way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only 5'10", right? So for me,
wow. Whoa, hold on, Barney.
I knew I signed that in there.
Yeah. Give you 5. I thought we settled on 5'8". I'll give you 5'8". But when he was in Riderville, I mean, remember I was saying it's like watching the Toys R Us draft out there. Like this is a long neck dude with
Mm-hmm.
long limbs, long
Mm-hmm.
arms, and man, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but he can throw the football, man, and it's actually really cool to see how actually live his arm is. But you
Yeah.
just hope he doesn't do well against us. That's all.
And they got like Lawler, Smith, Wheatfall, Gittins Jr. They can.
Nah.
They got guys that can catch the ball.
They got Lawler and Keandre. That's who they got. Though that's your key number 4. Just keep those guys off the score sheet. Make them beat you with somebody else. Bus driver number 2, straight
There
up.
you go.
Make them beat you with somebody else other than Kenny Lawler and Keandre. Make them beat you. We're fine if you win. You're just not going to do it with these 2 guys. If you win, congratulations, but you're not doing it with those 2.
Curtis doing some good work there if you're watching the stream. Cade, the last time that we did this, so 2 weeks ago before I went on holidays, I took the under and you said the over. I was right. I know betting the under's wild in this day and age in the CFL. But look, at this line is tough. Let's just play over under again, you and I. This one is tough, Luke. It's 54.5.
Under.
Ooh, okay.
Under. Let's go with the trend, man. We saw some low-scoring games here last week, right? Like, the Edmonton Ottawa game wasn't that flashy until let's go under. Let's go under. Let's hope the Riders score high and the Ticats score low. I'm telling you, I think there's going to be a couple interceptions out there. You just got to be able to capitalize on them.
Okay, there he is, Luc Mullinder, our football analyst. You get back outside, find some shade. Find some shade.
I gotta watch the rest of this. I gotta watch the rest of this World Cup game, man. You're taking up my my time. Yeah.
Awesome, buddy. Have a good call this weekend. See you later.
All right, man. Peace.